Let's have a quick conversation about Squarespace versus Adobe Commerce. And the big question is, which one is really worth your money this year? Okay, so Squarespace versus Magento, aka Adobe Commerce. I want to first talk about pricing. So basically, when you think about Adobe Commerce, you have a subscription model with tiered plans offering different levels of features and functionalities. Okay, but Adobe Commerce doesn't really publicly disclose their pricing, so you need to contact customer service to actually have a clear idea about how much they're charging. So that's for Adobe Commerce. What about Squarespace? Well, Squarespace is very transparent, so you can see on the screen here. Here is a pricing for a Squarespace as of the date of this show. So I personally, I love that transparency from Squarespace. Everything is clear. You go you got the basic all the way to the advanced pricing tier. So that's really fantastic. What about SEO capabilities? Basically, when it comes to SEO capabilities, Adobe Commerce is way better than Squarespace. Okay, so Squarespace is great when it comes to pricing, transparency. Adobe Commerce is really fantastic with SEO capabilities. You have a granular SEO control through Adobe Commerce. You have flexibility for technical SEO, so that's really good. Okay, so you have a lot of flexibility here. Okay, Squarespace is actually pretty good also when it comes to SEO. They have user-friendly SEO tools, but they do have limited customization. That's why I'm giving the win to Adobe Commerce when it comes to SEO capabilities. Let's talk about page load speed. If you are thinking about page load speed, basically Adobe Commerce and Squarespace are pretty tight. I mean, it's a tight. Okay, so with Adobe Commerce, I would say potentially lower load speeds in some cases, but that's the same thing also for Squarespace. Okay, one thing for sure with Adobe Commerce, you have some kind of customization there, and the customization process will actually could actually make your site load more slowly. Okay, but Squarespace sometimes also they've got problems where they are just they're slow, especially if you are having a pretty complex store. So this is a tie. So if you think about Squarespace versus Adobe Commerce slash Magento, what about canonical website URL? Well, the thing is that with Adobe Commerce, things are pretty straightforward. You have granular control. So Adobe Commerce offers a high degree of control over canonical URLs. You can set canonical URLs for individual products, categories, blog posts, and any other pages on your store. So that's really good. And also, you can leverage developer expertise to implement custom logic for defining canonical URLs based on specific criteria. When it comes to Squarespace, you have automated management and limited customization. So for canonical URL, basically Magento, Adobe Commerce is definitely better. They are the winner. What about indexing control? Adobe Commerce versus Squarespace when it comes to indexing control. Well, basically with Adobe Commerce, you have advanced indexing options, so you can manage indexers, prioritize indexing, utilize extensions, and you also have developer control. What about Squarespace? Well, Squarespace has a limited indexing control. So you have basic sitemap management. You have a robots TXT control. That's limited too. So in terms of indexing control, Adobe Commerce is definitely way better than Squarespace Commerce. What about customizable HTML capabilities? Well, with Adobe Commerce, you have extensive control, so you can edit the theme files. You have a what you see is what you get editor with HTML view, and you also have third-party themes as well as extensions. So that's pretty good. With Adobe Commerce, sorry, with Squarespace, you have limited direct editing. So you have content block injection, so you can inject custom HTML code snippets into a designated content blocks within templates, but you do have also a limited CSS control. So when it comes to a customizable HTML capabilities, Adobe Commerce is definitely way better. As a matter of fact, you also have third-party themes and extensions, okay? And many themes and extensions for Adobe Commerce allow further customization through HTML code manipulation. So if you think about Squarespace versus Adobe Commerce for sitemap generators, who wins? Well, basically, with the Adobe Commerce, sorry about that. With Adobe Commerce, you do have a built-in sitemap functionality. Okay, so if you go to the admin panel, you have this sitemap functionality, so you can configure sitemap settings, you can update frequency, you can prioritize content, and you can integrate with the extension. So that's really good from a flexibility point of view. So you're able to know exactly what works and what doesn't work. So I love that. I love that. What about Squarespace? Well, Squarespace also has a automated sitemap generation, but you do have limited customization. So on this sitemap generator thing, it's a tie. You also have integration with Google Analytics. So with Adobe Commerce, you have advanced integration options. Okay, so that's pretty good. You can actually you can have native Google Analytics integration. You can have enhanced e-commerce tracking, and you also have developer flexibility. For Squarespace, you have simplified integration, so you can connect with Google Analytics, basic tracking, and limited customization. So when it comes to integration with Google Analytics, Adobe Commerce is definitely way better than Squarespace. What about product tagging and categorizations? So with Adobe Commerce, you have granular tagging and categorizations. You can create custom attributes. You have advanced category management, product tags, and mass tagging and categorization. That's pretty good. For Squarespace Commerce, you do have simpler tagging and categorization. So basically, if you want advanced categorization, definitely do not go with Squarespace, okay? So when it comes to product tagging and categorization, Adobe Commerce is way better. And with Squarespace Commerce, for instance, you have predefined attributes, basic category structure, so you can create categories to organize products, but options for subcategories or complex hierarchies might be restricted within Squarespace. You also have limited product tags, and finally, you have also a manual tagging. So Squarespace might primarily rely on manual tagging for each product, which can be time consuming for extensive inventory. So basically, Adobe is way better. When you think about Squarespace versus Adobe Commerce, I want you to think about batch uploading. How do the two actually compare? With Adobe Commerce, you have robust batch upload tools. Okay, you have CSV import templates, but also third-party integration. With Squarespace, you have limited batch uploading, you have manual product creation, limited CSV import. So for batch uploading, Adobe Commerce is definitely way better. What about mobile optimization? Well, with Adobe Commerce, you have mobile friendly themes. Okay. The thing is that those themes are available, but they do require work, some programming, some coding. You also have a third party extensions. Okay. And also developer expertise. With Squarespace, you have mobile first design, limited customization, built in mobile optimization features. So on this one, it's a tie. Okay, when it comes to mobile optimization, it's definitely a tie. What about built-in blogging and marketing features? Well, with Adobe Commerce, you have a limited blogging functionality. Okay, you do have basic functionalities for creating blog posts, but Adobe Commerce is not a dedicated blogging platform. You might find integrating a third-party blogging solution necessary for extensive features. And Adobe Commerce focuses on marketing extensions, and you also have developer expertise to really rely on. What about Squarespace? Well, Squarespace does have robust built-in blogging. Okay, so you have a powerful built-in blogging platform with features like post scheduling, SEO optimization tools for blog content, and the ability to categorize blog posts. You also have integrated marketing tools, and but you do have sometimes limited customization. Okay, so when it comes to built-in blogging and marketing features, Squarespace is the clear winner because of the automation features that you have, but also the expansion. I mean, no, sorry, I would say the extension, yeah, the kind of extension you have through the platform, blogging extension. What about social sharing buttons availability? Well, with Adobe Commerce, you have potential for customization. So you got to customize things, okay? You can utilize extensions, or you can really rely on custom development. With Squarespace Commerce, you do have built-in social sharing buttons, so that's really good. You don't have to customize things anymore, okay? What about content management capabilities? With Adobe Commerce, you have flexibility and control. So you are able to create diverse content types. What you see is what you get editor with advanced options. You have version control, and you have omni-channel content management. So that's pretty good. With when it comes to content management capabilities, you do have an advanced level with Adobe Commerce. What about Squarespace? Well, Squarespace does have a user-friendly interface, okay? You have pre-built templates and content blocks. You have limited customization, and you have a focus on visual editing. So this is really good. So when it comes to content management capabilities, Adobe Commerce is actually the clear winner by far. You also have discounts and promotion codes capabilities. With Adobe Commerce, you have advanced discount rules and targeting. That's really good. For instance, you can define complex discount conditions. You do have multiple discount types. You have coupon codes and automatic discounts, and you have advanced targeting. With Squarespace, what you have is that you have a simpler discount management. Okay, so you can create limited discount options. You have simpler targeting. You have basic coupon codes, and you have limited automations. Limited automation. So when it comes to discount and promotion codes capabilities, Adobe Commerce is definitely way better than Squarespace Commerce. Okay, because Squarespace is not really it wasn't built for the discounting and promotion code capability. Like it's more geared toward e-commerce, not towards discount and promotions codes. So rely on Adobe Commerce more. What about ease of use, or let's say ease of use when it comes to checkout? Squarespace versus Adobe Commerce. So Adobe Commerce does have customization options, but those could be potentially complex. Okay, so when it comes to the checkout process with Adobe Commerce, there's a lot you can do as long as you have the coding expertise, you have the programming expertise. Okay, guest checkout is available but requires setup, and you do have multiple payment gateway integrations. Again, this could be potentially complex also. With Squarespace, you have pre-built and user-friendly checkout. Guest checkout is included, limited payment gateway options, and less customization. So, fantastic. What about reporting tools and custom reports? With Adobe Commerce, you do have advanced reporting and analytics, custom report generation, and third-party integration. With Squarespace, you do have basic reporting tools, limited custom reports, and simpler interface. So when it comes to reporting tools and custom reports, Adobe Commerce is definitely the best. Okay, the best. Okay, so this is really fantastic. And what about integration of email marketing tools? Email marketing tools such as Bravo, such as Mailchimp, and so on and so forth. So with Adobe Commerce, you have open integration, okay, and you also have advanced integration features that could be potentially complex, but if you have the expertise, you should be good to go, okay. And so what I mean by that here is that Adobe Commerce offers advanced integration functionalities, allowing you to synchronize customer data, track campaign performance, okay, within your chosen email marketing platform, and leverage features like abandoned cart recovery or personalized email campaigns. Okay, so this is an important element. What about Squarespace? With Squarespace, you have built-in email marketing, but you do have limited features. Okay, but also a simpler integration process if needed. So this is a so who's the winner here? Basically, this is a tie. This is definitely a tie because you can be better off with Squarespace or Adobe Commerce. So what about multiple payment options? So with Adobe Commerce, you have extensive payment gateway integrations. So this tool integrates with a wide range of third-party payment gateways, offering a vast selection of payment options for your customers. So things like PayPal, Stripe, Braintree, Authorize.net, and many more can be integrated into into Adobe Commerce. You have advanced payment options, customization and control, and the technical expertise is potentially needed. Okay, and also mapping multiple payment gateways in Adobe Commerce might require some technical knowledge or developer involvement. With Squarespace Commerce, you have limited payment gateways, simpler integration, limited customization, and also focus on ease of use. So with when it comes to multiple payment options, Adobe Commerce is definitely better. What about flexibility to add new e-commerce features? With the Adobe Commerce, you have an open platform with extensions, custom development, and steeper learning curve. With Squarespace, you have limited customization. You have an app marketplace, although it does have limited options, and you can also focus on the ease of use. So for this flexibility to add new e-commerce features, basically the app wins big time. So this is really good to keep in mind that the app wins. What about exclusive features here? Exclusive features with Adobe Commerce, you have B2B e-commerce functionality, open source architecture, scalability, and high performance. And you also have developer tools and community. With Squarespace, you do have actually a integrated website builder, website scheduling, marketing campaigns, and email marketing. Okay, so this is really good. So basically, the best choice that you have to make on this one here, it really depends on your goals because B2B needs or open source development. If you require B2B functionalities or a planned extensive customization beyond extensions, Adobe Commerce is the exclusive choice. So if you want to focus on website design and integrated scheduling, basically Squarespace offers exclusive features in these areas. And in terms of email marketing needs, while Squarespace offers a built-in email marketing, you want to evaluate. Sorry about that. You want to evaluate whether the limitations outweigh the convenience compared to third-party integrations in Adobe Commerce. So, what about Squarespace versus Adobe Commerce? The market share. Well, with Adobe Commerce, you do have limited public data, okay? And so official market share data for Adobe Commerce is not readily available from Adobe itself. You also have industry estimates, okay? So people are saying that about 1 to 15% of sites are actually running on Adobe Commerce. What about Squarespace? While you do have a wider range of estimates, okay, people are saying that about 2 to 7% of sites are using Squarespace. What about the downsides? So when you think about Adobe Commerce, you have the cost, the complexity, the scalability management, and the security concerns. What about so those are the pros. What about the cons? You do have limited customization. Okay. You do have a no, no, sorry. I was first telling you about the cons of Adobe Commerce. Okay, not the pros. The cons. The cons of Adobe Commerce. Now let's talk about the cons of Squarespace commerce. So again, the cons of Adobe Commerce: cost, complexity, scalability, management, and security concerns. The cons of Squarespace: you do have limited customization, scalability limitations, fewer payment gateways, and limited marketing campaigns, fewer marketing integrations. So you want to choose Adobe Commerce if you need a highly customizable and scalable platform for a large business. You require advanced features like B2B functionalities or extensive marketing integrations, and you have the technical expertise or budget to manage a complex platform. You want to choose you want to choose Squarespace if you prioritize a user-friendly platform with a simple setup process. If you have a smaller business with basic e-commerce needs, and you find the built-in features, okay, and design templates to actually not of if you think those templates are sufficient for your online store, go with Squarespace. What about hidden charges and costs or even fees? With Adobe Commerce, you do have transaction fees, extension costs, you have hosting costs, custom development, and security maintenance. With Squarespace, you have transaction fees, plan limitations, app costs, and limited customization workarounds. So, finally, what are the fortes of either e-commerce platforms? For Adobe Commerce, the pros are highly customizable and scalability, okay, advanced features and functionality, open platform and developer ecosystem, and yeah, you do have security and control. What about Squarespace? You want to use you want to use, let's say the you want to use features that are friendly, okay, beautiful and integrated website builder, all in one solution, and affordable pricing and marketing and customer engagement tools. So here's a quote to this conversation. I spoke to you about Squarespace versus Adobe Commerce, and I just went through a series of 25 factors to really compare and contrast those two companies. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.